Good afternoon. My name is Frederic Scheer. I'm the Chief Executive Officer and the co-founder of ALERCELL. ALERCELL is very important to me because ALERCELL is working on cancer, which is a very serious problem. We need to realize that cancer, unfortunately, today is a curse. It's a curse because every 50 seconds, somebody is dying from cancer in our country. And this is just the United States, 600,000 fatalities every year, and 15 million people dying all over the world. So it is a concern, and to me it has been a concern for a long time. I created ALERCELL about 5 years ago, and since the start of that company, I have all my passion is making sure that we can help people look at cancer differently. So the data are really unambiguous at all. Early detection dramatically increased survival rates. In leukemia, for example, which is one of our specialty, detecting the disease at a molecular level before clinical symptoms appear can lead to remission rates above 90%. What that means is that, well, you don't need those chemotherapy treatment and all those things. Most cancers, including leukemia and non-small cell lung cancer, two specialties, are often diagnosed late due to a lack of routine in terms of screening tools. At ALERCELL, we are pioneering the integration of methylation-based molecular diagnostic, combining them with artificial intelligence. We are trying to say that in more later, we are building a smart technology that helps find cancer much earlier than usual, even before symptoms show up or genetic changes take hold. We do this by reading subtle biological signals that your body is sending us. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. We are different in our approach. Why are we different? Because first of all, we have that dual approach, biological insight, and then we bring a computational intelligence that we apply. It's the use of artificial intelligence that helps us understand what we call the DNA methylation, a key epigenetic mechanism. In these terms, let me explain you what DNA methylation is. It's a complicated term, but DNA methylation, it's like a dimer, a dimer switch for your genes. It helps turn them up or down without changing the actual DNA. So what we study, we study abnormal methylation pattern and essentially gene silencing or overexpression of the genes. Overexpression and gene silencing are correlated with leukemia and tumor development. On the AI side, our Deep Leukemic Cloud platform aggregates large-scale genomic and epigenomic data. Then we use hybrid machine learning models, combining supervised and unsupervised approaches to identify subtle pattern across about 205 genes. What I'm telling you is maybe look a little complex, and it is. There is no question that it's not an easy thing to do. The reality is we are right there. We are right there. What the works that we are currently doing is the following. We know, and it's known, that about 210 genes are associated with leukemia. So what we're trying to do is, and we are creating a code, what I call the LENA code. So what is it? It's a code that will allow us to map all those movements, the dimer that I was telling you about, the epigenetic process, and trying to understand when that process is starting, at what speed it's evolving, and create a code and create a mapping allowing us to understand the disease. When we'll have done that work, and we are close to have done that work, we will work on what we call the RNA. RNA stands for ribonucleic acid. As a reminder, you may know that we have a chain that go from DNA to RNA to proteins. So what we're doing, we analyzing all those layers and mapping those layers, mapping the speed at which the illness and the disease is developing and how is it developing. When we'll have done that work in probably 2 to 3 years, we will have a complete understanding of that disease. And what we want at ALERCELL is making sure that when we will have that code, that will give it access to everyone. Because, let's face it, public health is important, but what does that mean, public health? In public health, you have health, but you have public, which means that everybody needs to have access to that. And at ALERCELL, our mantra and our model is being patient-centric. It's very important to be patient-centric. So everybody has access to it. In doing that and putting that into a cloud, the Deep Leukemic Cloud platform will give access to clinicians all around the world, from small cities and small villages to the big cities and the big centers. It will be scalable and it will be platform agnostic, basically. Our idea is to try to do that at very low cost. So, we're looking at costs below $500 per patient, which clearly is a fraction of the current cost of diagnosing leukemia, for instance. So the role of artificial intelligence for us is key, because AI allows us to have 1,000 PhD working with us and helping us, in fact, getting to the result and creating that mapping that is important. So as a final thought, I would like everybody, when they listen to what I'm saying, is to realize that cancer is not a death sentence. If we catch it early, we can manage it. And if we make diagnostics accessible, the overall landscape of dying in the next 50 seconds will disappear. And this is what we are doing at ALERCELL. And if you have an interest in supporting our work, I will welcome you, in fact, to contact us directly. Thank you very much.